Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Teresa, this is Lost My Thread. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my sewing plans for this fall. Now this is not an exhaustive list of everything that I'm planning to make this autumn, but I did want to share with you some of the things that I'm particularly excited about. The first one is a sweater that I'm planning to make. It's a new pattern company to me, and it was a sweater that I only found from doing a little browsing and Googling about sewing patterns for sweaters. It is called the Valdivia Sweater by Alissah Threads. Now, as I said, I wasn't familiar with this pattern, but when I have looked through the hashtag on Instagram, I was pretty floored by the versions that I saw and felt like I really wanted to try and make this one for myself. This pattern comes with a lot of options. So it is a boxy style sweatshirt. It's not supposed to be super fitted. There are 3 length options. You can either make a very cropped sweater, you can make it more just normal sweater length, or you can make a dress version. And there are 2 sleeve options, both of which are gorgeous. So there's either a big gathered puff sleeve, and I'm talking big puff. There's a lot of gathering into that sleeve head, or you can do a bishop sleeve with lots of gathers around the wrist, or you can do both. I'm still not sure which way I want to go, and I'm slightly tempted to go for both. The fabric that I'm planning to use is a fabric that I got from Sister Mintaka. It's a really beautiful, it's called an Ottoman Knit fabric. It's Canadian, apparently made in Canada, and it's in this really gorgeous blush pink color. I'm going to bring it up to the camera so hopefully you can get a good feel of it, but it has this really gorgeous texture to it. The color is called Antique Pink, which I absolutely love. There is a decent amount of stretch on the cross, but there's more sort of along the grain line, and so I feel like it's a really good option for a sweatshirt. I will say that this ended up being a much heavier fabric than I anticipated. It's got a really good amount of drape and body to it, which is pretty cool, and I feel like because it's quite a thick fabric, I feel like it would hold structure of gathers and things surprisingly well, but it is very heavy. So I'd initially got this to make a sweater dress, but actually I think it's too much to wear for a full dress. I think it would really weigh me down and wouldn't be very comfortable. But I feel like it would have a really nice weight to it for a sweater. I feel like it would be so cozy. It is really quite thick fabric and it feels really warm. It is a blend of fibers, so I can't remember what they are now, but I'll pop them up on the screen. But I know that it's a blend of natural and synthetic fibers. But it does feel really soft. Like I said, it feels really warm. So I think I could very much enjoy wearing this one in the autumn, but I could very easily see myself enjoying this into the winter as well. Next up is the Heather Blazer by Friday Pattern Company. Now this is a pattern that has been on my radar for a while, and I'm excited to finally make one of my own. You've probably heard of the Heather Blazer before. If you watch any other sewing vloggers or on sewing Instagram, you'll have seen it. It's a super popular pattern and I absolutely understand why. It's a slightly oversized, relaxed style blazer. So it has a lot of the blazer elements, but feels a bit more toned down and casual. So it's got the nice collar as you would expect with a blazer. You've got patch pockets, you've got a 1-button closure, it's fully lined on the inside. There's a 2-part sleeve, which I think will give a really nice shape and it will feel really comfortable to wear. But I feel like the look of this one is definitely really cool. I've seen a lot of versions that just look great paired with jeans, but also can really elevate it if you wear it with something a bit more dressy. There are 2 versions of this blazer that I've seen that I absolutely love and have been a big inspiration in me picking out the fabric that I have. The first one was the one that made me decide I actually really want to make this blazer. Instead of just looking at it and admiring it, I want one of these. And that was the version that Emma of Sew Do It Emma made. She made hers in this gorgeous linen fabric. It was like a rust color. I think it was technically called brick, but it's like a rusty red color. I feel like in a linen, I feel like that is just such a great staple that will go with so much. You can throw it over dresses, you can throw it over overalls, throw it over, you know, tops and trousers and look great pretty much whatever you're wearing. I really loved Emma's version, and of course, because it's lined, there was that option of revealing the lining and seeing the really fun, vibrant colors that you can hide away inside, but still look really put together on the outside. The other one that really inspired me was one by Sarah of Sarah Sewed. Sarah made one in like a teal linen color. Again, really love the color, really love the solid linen look. Looks really cool, looks really casual and comfortable. And then again, the big reveal, really fun lining on the inside, and you're gonna look put together on the outside, but there's that little bit of extra playful fun. You can even roll the cuffs up if you want to reveal a little bit of that lining. So obviously I needed to pick a solid linen for the outside and then a colorful contrast for the inside lining. So for the main fabric, I had a linen blend that I got from Lamazi Fabrics. Both the main fabric and the lining are from Lamazi. It is this really gorgeous color. I would say it's kind of like a muted aubergine, muted eggplant, but it does call itself red wine. But I do really love the color of it. It's slightly purpley. I feel like up close is more accurate. It's like a pinky purpley tone. I really love the color. I will say that this kind of shade, this aubergine shade, is very much in my color palette, so I think it will work well. And I don't have anything like this shade in my wardrobe, so it'll be interesting to see what I compare it with, because I feel like it will pair well with quite a lot that I have. So this is a linen blend. It's not completely linen, but it is really beautiful. It's like a medium weight, I would say. It's not heavy, it's not light, it's a medium weight, and it does have a reasonable amount of drape to it. And that's what I wanted with this, because I didn't want it to look too stiff and structured. The whole point of this to me is it's like a very relaxed blazer. So I really do love this color. And then for my lining, I've got a viscose twill fabric I also got from Lamazi Fabrics. Oops. Try and show you, it's been folded up so it's a bit crinkly at points. So it's this really gorgeous sunflower design. I love the look of it. I love the colors. It is very autumnal looking shades to me, so I feel like it will work really well. And I think the two together will be absolutely perfect. I think that would be such a fun pop of color on the inside of the blazer. And then, like I said, if I want to roll my cuffs up, you'll be able to see that little bit of lining coming through. So I think those will work really well together, and I think it's going to be really comfortable, and I very much foresee myself wanting to wear this one a ton. As someone who loves sewing and wearing dresses, I definitely had to have one of them in my autumn sewing plans. The one that I've chosen is the Mira Dress by Fibre. This is a pattern that has a very relaxed fit bodice. It's got 3/4 length sleeves. It's got 2 gathered tiers for the skirt, finishes around the knee. I feel like this would work really well in a drapier fabric with some tights and boots. You can easily layer over a cardigan or a jacket, and I feel like it would be perfect for the autumn if you pick the right fabric. So the fabric that I've got is this beautiful fabric that I got from myfabrics.co.uk. It is called Palm Fronds, and I think you can see why. So it looks like palm leaves. It's got this really gorgeous salmon pink background. The leaves are kind of like a browny red color. I really do love these shades, and they absolutely scream autumn to me. This is a viscose fabric, but I will say it is definitely more of a midweight. It's not a lightweight viscose. And though it does have a little bit of movement to it, it's not completely like swishy liquid drape like viscose often can be. So I would say this almost feels more like a viscose cotton blend, but they say that it's 100% viscose. It does feel like really great quality fabric, honestly, and I feel like it will press and hold well, and I think it will give really good structure to those gathers. But I feel like this one will be really great with some autumn styling, and I think I'm gonna love wearing it. And finally, I want to do a blouse hack of the dress that I'm wearing today. This is the Myosotis Dress by Deer and Doe. I made this dress as part of a collaboration with Renata, the Twilight Stitcher. I do feel like this is very much a garment that with different fabric, it looks really different. Hers looks so different to mine in a really good way. And I did think there were so many ways that you could hack this and make it your own. I feel like it's very hackable. Now there are 2 versions of this dress. So there's one that I made that has an extra gathered section on the sleeves, and it has gathered tiers on the skirt, but there is one that just ends at the short sleeve. So my plan is to make a blouse with just the short sleeve, and all I need to do really is to lengthen the bodice. I really love the fit of this dress. I wanted to call it a blouse, but the dress, I feel like the bodice fits me really well. I did size down one size, and the only thing I will say is that in the upper back area, it's just a little bit tight for my range of movement. So I think I will do a small broad back adjustment, which I've never had to do before. I know it's probably because I've sized down on this bodice, but I don't want to go up because I really like the shape and fit that I have on the whole with it. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to lengthen it down, do that minor adjustment, and go for the short sleeve version. What I'm wearing right now, I also didn't add the mandarin collar, which is meant to be in this design. I just changed that, took that out and added a facing instead. But I think I will do the mandarin collar for the blouse version. And the fabric that I'm planning to make, I really hope you'll be able to see. It's the kind of thing that the camera's going to pick it up or it's not. It is this, I think you are getting to see it. It looks slightly creased, of course. It's been away in the cupboard. It's a cotton dobby fabric that I got from So Me Sunshine. So it's got these little tiny raised bumps on it. I think the color, it's more probably appropriate. What you can see here is probably closer. It's called navy, and it is a really beautiful shade of navy. I will say this fabric is a little bit sheer, so you probably can see me actually. You get the idea. Now I will say, So Me Sunshine, this is not an ad, but I ordered this fabric with the intention of making a sheer dress with it, but it's so see-through, I did not feel that that was going to work. Even with the gathers, it might be too see-through. So I had read on their website that this was supposed to be opaque. It was sold as opaque, and I said to them that I would not call this opaque. I would not be happy to use this with my project without lining it. And they were so nice about it. They've updated their website to say semi-sheer, which I think is fair enough. And they told me I could pick out another fabric to replace it and still keep this one, which is nuts. I mean, they just basically gave me free fabric and I was so grateful. It really is beautiful fabric. It just wasn't going to suit the project that I had, but I think it would be perfect for a blouse because a blouse is right up against your body. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit semi-sheer. I think I would totally get away with making this into a blouse, and I think it would be absolutely beautiful in this style. I do really love the planning stage of sewing. It's one of my favorite parts where you can just dream up all the things you want to make, imagine how they're going to turn out. But then I have the hardest time picking what to make first. Please let me know what you're most excited about seeing in the comments down below. I really hope it was fun to hear what I'm planning to make for the fall. I would love to know what you guys are making as well. I will say that this is some of what I'm planning to make, but I'm sure that there will be other projects coming in and I'm always looking for inspiration. Please do give me a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!